source. ABC6 News at noon.
We begin with your voice, your vote. And Republican candidate for governor Ashley Kalus announcing her plan to try and solve RIPTA bus issues that have plagued commuters, especially Providence High School students in recent weeks. Kalus just wrapping up a press conference at Kennedy Plaza just a short time ago. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Tregellis is live. He's there now with more about her plan. Yanni?
Yeah, Doreen. Well, Ashley Kalus says that this plan that she rolled out today would be put in place within 72 hours of any RIPTA bus issues coming up. And this plan, she says, would be 3 steps. Now, the first step, if any issues were to come up, would be to look to find retired RIPTA drivers and bring them back into service to help fill some of these gaps. Another one would be going to the Department of Labor and working with them to train more drivers. And if those 2 steps fail, she says she would look to activating the National Guard if she is elected as governor to fill some of these drivers' issues. Now, again, all of this coming after ongoing RIPTA bus issues have affected Providence High School students so far this year, with many students' bus routes being canceled and many students being redirected here to Kennedy Plaza in order to be able to get to class. Now, so far this week, there have been no bus routes canceled, but for the past few weeks, there have been multiple days with these cancellations happening. Again, Kalus's plan today comes after she has called out the governor, saying he has lacked leadership amid these ongoing RIPTA bus issues. And earlier this morning, we did hear from Ashley Kalus, and again, we have also heard from Governor McKee on these issues, as well as RIPTA Driver Union President. Take a listen.
Can have a reasonable solution, which is what I presented, to get us through this time, and then have leadership that works on issues of affordability in this state, making sure that we have a transportation system that is run by transportation experts. We'll get there.
The service there has not been as consistent as it needs to be. So we need a plan B, and I think there's work going on right now to establish what that could be if RIPTA can't, deliver.
That's going to be taken care of. The other issue is the frequency on the buses. They're going to be extended, and people will still be waiting for buses. But at least the buses are coming this time, because we lost over 500 trips last weekend.
Joe Cole did say that he does support both Ashley Kalus's plan that she rolled out today in trying to help, although he said that he does not believe there is any need for the National Guard. And again, he also says that he does support Governor McKee, who RIPTA has endorsed in the past. And again, he did also add that these driver issues and some of these delays in waiting for many of these passengers may continue on into early January. But he did say that they have had success at a recent hiring event that was hosted by RIPTA to try to fill some of these driver shortages, saying that they have been able to fill more than 20 buses. That is expected to be starting as soon as next week. They'll be able to start to get some of these drivers more into effect. And again, with this election coming up in now just 3 weeks on November 8th, we are expected to hear much more of this ongoing back and forth from both Governor McKee and Ashley Kalus on this issue and many other issues that are at the forefront here in Rhode Island. For now, we're live in Providence. Yanni Tregellis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. And today is the deadline to apply for a mail ballot in the state of Rhode Island. The Secretary of State's office is out with a reminder to voters that you must get that application to your local board of canvassers or the Board of Elections by 4 o'clock today. State data shows that more than 27,000 people have applied for mail-in ballots. Once these applications are all checked, then the ballots will be mailed out.
I think you are going to see a shifting of people over to mail ballots and to early voting, which is not as crowded as polling places can get sometimes at crunch time. And the key here is, as your Secretary of State, I want to make sure that every eligible voter can and does vote, and people's lives are complicated. So we make sure that you're able to vote on your schedule in your life the way that you can.
And Gorbea said the amount of applications is high, but not as high as during the height of the pandemic in 2020, when more people wanted to vote from home. And the Senate Republican caucus is calling for a Senate oversight hearing, requesting that Governor Dan McKee testify under oath about the release of RICAS state test scores. Some Republicans have suggested that Governor McKee's office wants to hold back those scores until after the election because they may be low. But the Rhode Island Department of Education tells us that it received the data in September this year, and it has to go through a long process of validating it for the release to the public. RIDE's projected timeline would put the scores out to the public just a few days after the election.
We've talked about this being a political issue, and I guess you don't need any more proof than that, right? The Republican senators called for oversight on an issue that is not a really a mystery here. Last year there was no noise about it. This year there's a lot of political noise about it. This is all about politics. This is all about the campaign.
Governor McKee's Republican opponent, Ashley Kalus, telling McKee to release the scores during a debate last week. Ride telling ABC6 the scores have not been shared with the governor yet and would not be released until they are done being validated. And the District 2 congressional race in Rhode Island is getting some national attention. The seat has been a virtual lock for Democrats for the past 30 years, but not in 2022. Recent polls show Republican Alan Fung leading Seth Magaziner, who's under tremendous pressure to keep this seat blue. Last night, hundreds coming out to URI to see Alan Fung and Seth Magaziner square off in their first debate. A recent Boston Globe and Suffolk University poll suggested Rhode Islanders are concerned about abortion, but mostly it's about the cost of living.
47% electricity increase, 15% on gas. I just topped off my home heating oil tank, and it wasn't even empty. The policies that you have supported for Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden that have crippled our economy.
I have called from the very beginning for suspending the gas tax, for expanding domestic energy production to increase supply and lower the cost of living. We have to crack down on the price gouging that is happening by the big oil companies and the pharma companies.
Some of the most contentious moments were, however, about the overturning of Roe v. Wade. For more information about all of the issues and the candidates in the November general election, we do have an election guide for you. It's up on our website. Just log on to abc6.com. Now to the weather as we take a live look outside this afternoon with our sky cam. Lots of clouds in the sky, but we are drying out after that rain. Chelsea's standing by with more in our forecast. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Doreen. Yeah, a lot of the area picking up anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain on average across southern New England in the last 24 hours or so. But now we're looking at drying conditions. You're even getting some sun popping through at times, and those temperatures have warmed into the mid-60s range. A little bit of a breeze from the south at the moment. The spots that have popped with a little bit of sun, you can see the temperatures have come up into the mid to even upper 60s, so actually fairly mild in New Bedford, Norwood, Providence sitting at 64 degrees, 62 in Newport. Areas farther to the west you can see are still hovering in the 50s range where there are some thick clouds still in place. The final push of clouds comes through and we clear out completely as we head through the evening and overnight hours. From there, our temperatures are going to drop pretty quickly. By 8 o'clock, we're down to 50 degrees. Today, we started the day around 60 degrees, so we'll be dropping pretty cool as we head through tonight. And by tomorrow morning, there may be spots in the 30s. I'll have much more in your full forecast in just a few minutes. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. I knew at noon today, Massachusetts State Police say that a 16-year-old girl from Rainham died in a crash in Wareham last night. Police responded to the single-car crash on 495 in Wareham just before 11 last night. They say the girl veered off the road into the grass median for an unknown reason and hit a tree. Police have not yet released that girl's name. They say this investigation continues. And 2 people were seriously hurt in a motorcycle crash at Route 6 West and Route 10 South. This happened just after 4:30 this morning. Rhode Island State Police say they believe the driver lost control and veered into a construction area on the highway. The man and woman involved were conscious at the scene. Both were taken to Rhode Island Hospital to be checked out. They were also both wearing helmets. And Providence firefighters battled a 2-alarm fire on Manton Avenue overnight. This call came in about 1:30 this morning to the Illuminata Salon and Barber Shop. Crews quickly got the flames under control. No word yet on a cause. And a case of COVID moves a murder arraignment to November. 2 men were set to be arraigned this morning for the July 2021 murder of 66-year-old Joseph Housley in Seekonk. His son, Joseph J.D. Housley, and Christopher Heron were due in court this morning, but the judge has tested positive for COVID. Both 21-year-olds are in custody, and the case will be picked back up in November. The senior Housley was found shot at his apartment on Forsyth Circle, and he died later. The Bristol County DA hasn't released further details about the case. A tax stabilization agreement for the Superman building is heading to the Providence City Council. Last night, the Finance Committee approved millions in tax breaks for the developer, High Rock, to revitalize the now vacant building. They plan to put in close to 300 residential apartments as well as retail space. The deal now goes to the full council for a vote where it has to pass twice before heading to Mayor Jorge Alorz's desk. Still to come here on the news at noon, President Biden kicks off the application process for his student loan debt cancellation program. Details on how to do it. And later, it is Pick of the Litter Tuesday. We have this happy pup looking for a new home. Turning to your national headlines, the official launch of the federal student loan forgiveness website. Applications can now be filed for the program that could bring relief to as many as 43 million borrowers. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
Long anticipated relief on the way for millions of Americans with student debt. StudentAid.gov now live, a new website where people can apply for federal loan forgiveness now through the end of next year. Applicants have to submit their information, including income based on 2020 or 2021 taxes.
If you have federal student debt, please visit StudentAid.gov. It's easy, simple, and fast. More than 40 million Americans can stand to benefit from this relief.
The move forgives up to $10,000 for those earning less than $125,000 a year and $250,000 for a couple. That number goes up to $20,000 for low-income borrowers who received Pell Grants. President Biden fulfilling this campaign promise just weeks ahead of the midterm elections.
I'm keeping my commitment to relieve student debt as borrowers recover from this economic crisis caused by the once-in-a-lifetime pandemic.
Republicans are seeking to block this new relief, filing lawsuits to put the program to an end.
Republican members of Congress and Republican governors are trying to do everything they can to deny this relief, even to their own constituents. Their outrage is wrong and it's hypocritical.
Critics are concerned about the price tag of this program, with estimates saying this will cost the government hundreds of billions of dollars, nearly $100 million expected to go towards vetting applications alone. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, low demand driving down gas prices, but it's still higher than a month ago. We'll take a look at the rates. And we'll check back in with Chelsea, too, for her full forecast right after this. Gas prices are going down. Fears of a global economic recession have led to a drop in the price of crude oil. It's down $7. According to the Energy Information Administration, gas demand decreased nationally last month as well. The national average for gas dropped by 3 cents over the last week, down to $3.88. That is still 20 cents higher than a month ago. And you can check on gas prices in your area before heading to the pump. Use our ABC6 Southern New England gas tracker. Just head to our website, abc6.com. Find it under the Community tab.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Oh, we are looking at drying conditions across southern New England. There were a few lingering showers outside this morning, but at this point we're seeing those drying conditions taking place, and you'll eventually get some sunshine popping through. Up until midnight, we picked up about 1/4 inch of rain at TF Green Airport. That brings our rain totals for the month at 3 3/4 inches, which is well above what our normal is for this point in the month, where we're around about 2 1/4 inches. Now we are still at a deficit for the year, running 2.5 inches below where we typically should be at this point in the year. That being said, September was very rainy, and we've clearly had a rainy October so far, so we're certainly playing catch up after the extreme drought conditions we experienced over the summer. Temperatures have actually come up a bit since this morning, a little bit warmer with some sun popping through, especially for far eastern Mass, coming up into the mid to upper 60s range, slightly warmer than where we were yesterday at this time, a bit warmer than where we started the day, and we started the day mild, around 60 degrees. We're running 5 to 10 degrees warmer for our inland spots than yesterday at this time. Average high, 63 degrees, so we're hovering right around there for this afternoon. The average low is 44. As I mentioned, we woke up this morning with temperatures around 60 degrees. We were way above average this morning. It is going to be back to reality overnight and into tomorrow morning, with the breeze shifting a bit and eventually some temperatures dropping into the 30s in some locations by tomorrow morning. Breeze right now is coming in out of the south-southwest, about 10 to 20 miles per hour, with a few gusts coming in at times closer to 20 miles per hour. Nothing overly windy, but this cold front is pushing through, and that's going to continue to leave us with a breeze as we head into this afternoon. Again, early this morning, there were a few lingering spot showers. At this point, though, we are drying out, and eventually you'll get rid of the clouds and we'll get into clearing conditions. There's clear sky down to our south and west. This low pressure system still spinning over the Great Lakes will continue to lift north, and we end up with dry conditions as we head through the night tonight, through tomorrow. A lot of the 7-day looking dry. As we head into this afternoon, we still hover around the low to mid 60s range, but you can see all of this cool air off to our west. We aren't going to be this cold for our afternoon highs, but we do have some cooler weather moving in. Futurecast shows you that through the afternoon, lots of sunshine before the sun sets for much of Rhode Island, some lingering clouds out over the Cape and the islands. From there, we completely clear out overnight, and this is when our temperatures drop down into the upper 30s and low 40s for the start of the day tomorrow. Tomorrow looks like a nice day, be a bit breezy. Temperatures will be cool though, in the mid to upper 50s, and Thursday looks like a repeat. We wake up with clear conditions, temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s, and then sunshine through Thursday afternoon, highs still in the mid to upper 60s range. From there, actually looks like sunshine continues through the end of the week and into the weekend, and our temperatures warm up. We had the morning showers. We're getting into some afternoon clearing. Temperatures in the 60-degree range. Overnight, as we clear out, we see the temperatures plummet down into the upper 30s and low 40s. It's not an extremely cold night, but it's certainly much cooler than today, and about 5 or so degrees cooler than average. Slightly warmer at the coastline, temps in the low 40s. Tomorrow will be mainly sunny, stays cooler, highs in the mid to upper 50s range. Similar conditions for Thursday. We head into Friday, you'll see sunshine. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 60s range, and looking ahead to the upcoming weekend, will stay sunny and mild. Temperatures should be in the mid to even upper 60s. Should be nice.
My goodness, never too soon to look ahead to the weekend when it's that kind of a forecast.
Improvements from here too. This is probably the worst weather we'll see right now for the next few days, so not too bad.
Sounds good. Yeah, put those clouds behind us. Jill, thank you. Pick of the Litter is coming up next. We'll meet Rocco today. This handsome guy is looking for a new home.
Pick of the litter. Brought to you by Moriarty's Invisible Fence.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday. That, of course, means it's time for Pick of the Litter. Wayne and Katie are here today, and you have brought Rocco with you. He's a big boy. He's a sweet boy.
He is a sweet boy. He's 2 years old. He's a neutered male, primarily Rottweiler, we think.
Yep.
He's really handsome. He's got plenty of puppy energy still. But he seems to get along well on a leash. He was in a house where he had been adopted. He was with 3 other dogs.
Okay.
He did well in that house for a year, and then he started having some conflicts with the other dog. Now, Rocco is 82 pounds.
Right.
The other dog was 107 pounds.
Okay.
So Rocco came to us. His owner, very attached to him, was a good owner.
Okay.
And has prepaid his adoption fee. So
Oh, wow.
Rocco is a premium animal with no adoption fee from the SPCA.
That's so
We
great.
think just because he had that other issue with the other large dog that he's best being placed in a home with no other dogs.
Okay.
And just because of his size, I'm thinking, 14 years or older.
Yeah. Rocco's got some
for
power.
kids.
He's got some
He
power
is-
to him.
He's a big guy, but he's
Not-
pretty good on a leash.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I mean, he really is. I keep saying pretty, but he's so handsome. His coloring is beautiful. His eyes, you've got beautiful brown eyes, Rocco. So we need to find him just the perfect home. So just older kids, probably a home that might help him get some energy out because he has that puppy energy, right?
Yep,
So some
he
running
certainly
around
does.
time and nice long walks. You're okay. So yeah, so we need to get Rocco a good home. You can call the RISPCA if you are interested.
Blair leaving Dancing with the Stars because of health concerns. Well, actress Selma Blair is leaving Dancing with the Stars because of health concerns. In 2018, the actress revealed that she'd been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and despite competing strongly over the series in the last 5 weeks, she said her body has, quote, taken a hit, and if she continues competing, it could result in extensive damage. She did do one final waltz to end her time on the show. It's disappointing, but certainly understandable.
Oh gosh, and so inspiring for
I
so
know.
many. What she's done over the past few weeks is just incredible.
It really is. I mean, that show's demanding on anybody's
No
body.
kidding.
But to see her even go out there
Right?
and compete was just
People
something
drop out
else.
all the time because of different physical demands.
It's
So
true. It's
amazing
true.
stuff there.
Applauding her for
Absolutely,
sure.
for sure. We are looking at improving conditions across southern New England today. We're getting rid of that morning rain. You're getting some sun popping through. Temps in the low to mid 60s. Overnight, as we clear out, temps are going to dip down to the upper 30s and low 40s. It's going to be chilly tomorrow morning, especially after waking up today around 60 degrees, about 20 plus degrees cooler tomorrow morning.
All right, we'll feel it. Thanks, Chelsea. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day, everybody.